history. This moment is the gift.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it's Dr. Sarah and Candace Barr in the house for you. Oh my gosh, welcome, miracle makers. I wonder if you have wondered what it's like to have actual friends, like lifelong, endeared relationship, what it's like to actually have friends and be friends. How do you make that happen in your life? And what happens when you don't know what it's like to have an actual friend? Oh my gosh, my darlings. Today, Candace Barr, this amazing, beautiful businesswoman, entrepreneur, international networker, one of my best friends we are bringing this topic on so you will know how to raise your standards in friendship, how to allow for and bring the greatest good with the people that are in your life. It's said you turn out like the 5 people you hang out with most. And so being really, really careful about who you hang out with and how you hang out with them and how you actually become friends is really, really important. And so, Candace, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
We are on location in San Diego. This is an amazing place that you live in San Diego. What a place to be in. And you have been elevating your standards all along the way. And you're especially picky and choosy about the people you hang out with. And so this is such a profound topic. And it's so important. If you don't know what actual friendship is like or what to expect or how to raise your standards around that, how will you ever meet those needs? What comes up for you around that?
This is such a loaded question, like a loaded topic, because I believe everyone has an expiration date. And it could be 50 years, it could be tomorrow. You don't know people's timeline in your life, and everyone serves a purpose, but I really don't fall into the belief that things are forever, and that includes people. You as a person should always be changing and growing and shifting, and as you do that, people are going to fall off and people are going to come into your life and move out of your life, and you're going to do the same with their life. And that's how it should be if you're growing and changing. Growing and change is just not your environment. It's, of course, the people around you. And like you said, you are the 5 people you hang out with. So you have to really be careful how you're spending your time and who you're spending your time with, because time, I really value time. That's one thing you can never get back. So if you're spending, useless time with people that don't serve you or serve your highest good, then you have to really rethink your circle. And for a lot of people, they don't get to the success that they wanted to or want to because they hold on so tightly to their circle that probably isn't serving them.
And surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you.
Yes.
Is one of my core principles. And the people that you're hanging around with, make sure that you're bringing out the light in them. And if it always, it's hard in large groups and large circles to notice who the energy vampires are. And to really, really keep streamlining your circle so that you allow yourself time, space, resources to give to those that bring out the best in you. And so I'd love for you to share, what do you look for as you're growing and expanding and changing? And literally, Greg and I talk about this. My husband, Greg, hi, baby, I know you're on. we talk about this all the time. Every day, he and I wake up and we're a new person. Mm-hmm. And so we are on the same mission together. Mm-hmm. We have the same goals. And I think that's one of the most important things mm-hmm. when you're looking at your circle and trimming the people that you allow into your life. What do you look for? We look for that similar purpose, that similar goal.
You know, I always look for, of course, similar purpose, similar goal is always a plus. I don't hang around or be around people who have a lower vibration or settle for things. I don't do that for myself. I don't expect people around me to do that. So I'm just simply not around that. And then newer people potentially wanting to come into my circle or come into my life, what I look for is, you know, is this someone I can learn from? Is this someone I can grow from? Can they teach me anything? Can I teach them anything? It has to be an even exchange. You can't just be a taker all the time. You can't just be a giver all the time.
Yeah.
And it has to be an even flow. And that is to me, that's a good friendship. So I've had friends I've currently had for years and years and years. And then I'm really good at, I would say I'm very good at cutting people off when the time needs to be done. And like I said before, unfortunately have seen a lot of people not get to the success level that they wanted to, because it's usually out of fear. They're afraid of growing. They're afraid of losing people or what people in their circle from the past might think. And it's unfortunate because there is a bravery. You have to be a little bit brave to move forward into the unknown. And people get used to toxic relationships.
It's always being comfortable, being uncomfortable. And one of the toxic relationships, although comfortable, wind up holding you in place. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we did together today is we're in San Diego. I came down to visit, and we're hosting a little event because I want to introduce everyone I know in San Diego to Candace Barr. I think she's amazing. And every time I come back, I want to just grow this beautiful circle of people that I know here in San Diego. This morning, we decided to go for a walk and to go get breakfast. And so we see one of those scooters. We download the app, and the particular scooter that we chose only lets you rent one scooter at a time. So we decide, all right, we're going to drive the same scooter. And so Candace is on front, I'm on back, and we're learning how to navigate this. I would say it probably went 10 miles an hour. Together, it was sort of like tandem or motorcycle riding, and we're laughing the entire time. We're laughing so loud that people are looking at us as my hair is blowing through the wind, hers, and we probably, if we just met, would have had that same experience. Mm-hmm. Because we're new every day, and we're like, what can we explore together? I would say we've been friends since my assistant contacted your assistant and said, you have to meet in person.
Yes.
Initially, I guess at least
that was probably
10 years, close to 10 years ago. And there's very few people that you can continue to grow with. But the reason that you grow with them is every time you're together, you highlight, and I would say we rarely talk about anything of the past.
Never.
We bring up the best projects that we have, that we're working on, ways to, I know exactly what Candace's mission is. It's so beautiful. I'm going to share a little bit about it, which is, so she wants to empower every single young woman out there, girl, to know how strong she is. Candace wants to help them know that you don't need a man, a woman, something outside yourself to generate exactly what it is that you're here to generate and grow. Sort of that Cinderella story that so many women across the world have been taught. She is the living example of I make my own money. I spend it the way I want to. I live in the most fabulous places. I wear Prada shoes. Woo, woo. I'm trying to show you my shoes. That the most fabulous things in the world. She's like, I did it. I own it. I don't need anyone else to give to me because I will empower my own creativity, my own voice to bring it forward. She's the living example of that. And she wants to give that to every young woman that comes across in the world. And so I'm so excited by that. Imagine a world filled with women that are taking care of themselves, and so much so that they can build relationships with other women and other men that empower each of them. Is there anything that I left out about your mission?
No, really... I want to add to that too. It's like, you know, when you're at that level, when you can do that for yourself, you then have the ability to really, you always have the ability to pick and choose who was in your life, but it's a lot of freedom. So whoever is in your life, if it's a mate or friends or whoever, they're not in your life because you need them, which is a low vibration. Need is a low vibration. They're in your life because you want them. And because you wanted them in your life at that point in time, you then are free to keep them or let them go when need be. But you have to get to that place in life where you have the responsibility to determine that.
The responsibility to determine it is so beautiful. You are responsible, and you are at the level of source of the people that you give your time to. It's so, so important. And then I'd love for you to share how you see my mission.
So your mission is you kind of just want to empower the whole world. You are really around to make the world a better place in any way possible. And so I think that your mission is a little bit broader than mine. Mine is very female focused, though we love the men, obviously. We're not leaving the men out, but I think you're more, from what I understand, is you're more about empowering women, empowering men, empowering children, for more of a bigger conscious effort.
For a just world.
Yeah.
Like just peace, joy-filled world, and that expression. And I love that because she knows what my purpose is. And so wherever she can, that's one of the reasons our friendship works so beautifully. Everywhere that I can bring her up and load the world with her consciousness, I bring her into that. And everywhere she can load the world or bring my voice forward, she does. It's one of the reasons our friendship works so well. And then we're brutally honest. Brutally honest with one another, and we don't share what we're working on together in our friendship or in our relationship with other people. Anything that happens between us is so beautiful because it's always between us, and we grow our ability to see deeper into each other by building trust in that area. It's so, so important. I would say that's one of my favorite things about you is we grow that way as well.
Well, it's always been like that with us. It was kind of an unspoken bond because whatever you did, you got me into, whether I asked for it or not, and whatever I was into or what I am into, I bring her with me whether she asked for it or not. And we usually don't ask each other for it. So it's like, that's a sign of a great girlfriend. It's like, I'm climbing and, you reach back and pull them up with you. You climb together and like you build together.
So the best you can reach in friendship is a network, a net that works, a net that you pull others up and they pull you up. And and we were talking about this today too, jealousy. Jealousy is such an interesting thing within women and men relationships, and that whole core basis of jealousy comes from believing that there's not enough. If people that are jealous there's levels of jealousy. The first level is this belief that they're not worthy. And when you get the worthiness in, then there's the second level, which is like tit for tat. If they get a little bit more, then it must mean there's a little bit less for me. And the next layer of jealousy. Then that kind of top layer is, even though I have it, I may not give it because you might go further than me. And those are really, really subtle energies. A true friendship dissolves all of that. You grow if you notice a friend is not feeling worthy. You bring them up by feeding them their own light. And Candace did that a lot for me, and vice versa, of really just going, wow, anytime she called with the situation that wasn't worthy of her, we guided her to feel her level of worthiness. And she did exactly the same for me, reminding me of how powerful and amazing and beautiful back and forth that situation, anytime it comes up.
Can I add to that?
Yes, please.
I had posted something on my Instagram, like, it's jealousy and insecurity is such an interesting thing to me. And men definitely do have it, but right now I'm talking to the females. It's females I've noticed throughout the years have difficulty being actual true friends with other females because jealousy, insecurity, wherever it lies, it's always fear-based. And if you're at your best and not looking around to see what everyone else is doing, that's great. Like, and if you're jealous about someone or insecure about like what they're doing or what they're into or anything about them, just my solution for that is just be better. Like, just be better. Don't waste the energy and time being jealous or insecure or fearful. Just be better. That just means it's highlighting in you what you know already you're not doing at your best. So just be better. You should use people not as competition, but as fuel to elevate yourself. And you should thank them. Like, when I see other people that they might have this or that, or something interesting that I'm into, I'm not jealous of them. It inspires me to do better for myself. That's how you should really use it.
Being better for yourself. And I love that. I love being better and utilizing the energy that if you've got resentment, there's a subtle energy signal that you send out. So if Candace gets success and I resent the success or her in the least amount, that's a self-sabotage energy. That's the energy that blocks you. If you see your neighbor get a great car or get something that you want and you resent it in the least bit, you made it harder for you to manifest that exact thing. You sent out a signal of not being happy with that thing being more in your environment. And so the importance of teaching yourself that muscle or that skill, jealousy was taught to you. It wasn't natural. It's not natural to us. Altruism is natural to us. Building bonds and hugging and loving and being playful and giving from the overflow. Kids really, really love to share and give. It's really beautiful. And at some point, when we were learning the terrible twos, or we were forced to share, not because it came naturally, but our parents forced us to share before we were ready. We then learned energy of this is what you should do. Sort of, it's an interesting thing for you to balance it out now. Your parents' job was to raise you so far. It's your job to raise yourself the rest of the way. Whenever you see anyone get something that you want, you get happy for them. And then you teach yourself with your brothers, your sisters, with other people, how to really, really be able to be happy for them. And it overflows into your relationships, all of those. I remember when the term frenemy was created, right? I think it was Alicia Silverstone's movie, and some of the things like Mean Girls, and brilliant movies that really gave us insight into how people are, how you are, dear friend, dear one. It's subtle energy, and really being truly happy for your friend and highlighting the best. And if you're in pain in any area of the friendship or in life from the past, you've got to learn to let it go. If I hand Candace a gift, and she can do whatever she wants with it, right? I brought her this beautiful dress, and she can do whatever she wants with it. She has given me so many beautiful things. I can go home and give it to my daughter, give it to someone that I care about, or I can use it myself. That's what forgiveness is. When you truly, if a friend hurt you in the past, but they've earned their right to be your friend, 5, 15 years of great friendship, and you both are on a similar mission to empower the world, and they did something stupid, and they ask for or apologize, and they give you this gift. Your job is to take it, and your job is, okay, what did I learn out of that? And your job is so beautiful. And that's how long-term relationships and trust is generated. And every time, so friendships, authentic, real friendships, you're going to make mistakes.
We're people. We're humans.
Yeah, we're humans. What else would you add to that?
You know, I wanted to add, when something good happens or someone else gets that maybe you want, or and to actually be happy for them, like legit happy for them. Let them, I've had this happen so many times, and such a pet peeve, like let them talk about their thing, or let them talk about their awesome new experience without adding in your own. It's not a tit for tat, like let them have their moment, like let them have their experience and just be in it with them. It's hard for a lot of people to do that.
It's hard to just listen.
Yeah, let them have their moment for a second. It's okay. It doesn't take away from you anything
at all, and you amplify their light. Every time a great success has happened, true friends highlight it and announce it and help you grow what you're excited about.
I also just want to mention real quick, as I grew in life and all that, people came in, people came out, that's just life. Right now in my life, I have an awesome, really awesome core group of ladies. I keep my personal group very tight for a reason, but everyone champions each other. There's no jealousy, there's no weirdness, there's no manipulation. This doesn't exist in my world, in my circle, because you attract what you are. So if you have a bunch of friends or some friends around you that aren't that great, you got to look at yourself. And it's a daily practice. It's a daily work. And you are in control of what's happening around you. And that includes the people around you.
And if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same result. So you have to... Insanity, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And so with your friendships, just to summarize this, really, really know what the other person's about. And if you value that, your friendship will naturally grow. Highlight the best in others that you're around, and really keep and value your own personal friendship. I love spending time with myself. I'd much rather spend time with myself than with someone I don't enjoy, or someone that subtle energy-wise is loaded with negative, toxic energy. I love hanging out with myself. I would much rather that. And so it's so easy. And when you meet a quality person that you can learn from and that you want to be friends with, be a good friend to them. Be a really, really awesome friend. And find ways to highlight the best of yourself, making yourself better in their presence. That's who people like to hang out with. People that are up to things, doing great stuff, want to hang out with people that bring out the best in themselves, in their world, and only you can do that. So I love what you're sharing, and it's so important. I'd love for you to share anything else, and then we'll take some calls.
It's kind of jarring things in my mind right now. So one of the women that are in my circle, several women in my circle, we all didn't know this. Like, for example, I'm not saying everybody has to do this, but for example, I don't even have a TV in my house. I don't watch TV. I don't even have it in my house. You've been in my house. I just don't have the time for it. And it just happens to be, I was talking to several of my friends who are in my core circle that I was just talking about. They either don't have TVs either, or none of us watch TV. It's like a lot of similarities. Using the microwave, like almost little to none. Just like taking vitamins, like really it all goes together. It all has to check off. And we all kind of do the same things without even knowing we're doing the same things, because we're all on the same wavelength. And that's why it all works. So you have to really look at everything from a third party, as if you're not involved, and look at it as if, is it working? Is it not? What needs to be repaired, or what needs to be let go?
Yes. So beautiful. And what needs to be let go? Most of us are at peace, just and lovely underneath it all. It's the other stuff, the stuff that's on top. And so let stuff go. Enjoy life. You are at the level of source, meaning you can really enjoy any given moment that you choose based on how you're framing it for yourself. And so, and the more you understand energy, the more you understand love, the more you get and understand source or God or the universe. So the more you love, the more you understand energy, the more you understand God, love, what flows at the core of all of us, the universe within us all. So yes, I love you. Thank you for being here. I can't wait to take some calls. So Tony is in UBN Studios at Sunset Gower.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Hi.
How do you say murder? All of that great stuff in studio there. So Tony, do we have, let's take the first caller.
Of course. Okay, here we go. 424, you're on the air.
Hello.
Welcome. Hi.
Hello, beautiful ladies. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your question?
Hey, Doctora. For some reason, I'm having a hard time to get a job. I felt that there's so much obstacles, or so much, the door is not opening to me so easily. I tried everything. I tried as much as I could, and I'm picking up here and there, but I want, I'm totally lost.
So I have a couple different things for you that comes in very, very strongly. One, if, and 424 is a Santa Monica or Los Angeles area code, I'd love for you to call 311 and offer your language. And so I would love for you to offer your services, call 311 and offer your services to 311 for conversion of language interpreters that are needed. And that's like the first step. The second step is having things on your resume that really, really help you in the places that you're going to. And you need more experience. You've had some is what's in your field, but what are the jobs you're applying for?
Well, I've done an office job. I've done a caregiver. I've done a housekeeping, hospitality. So I just want to be focused in one thing, and it's very confusing me which one direction, because sometimes it will pop up and I have to grasp it, I don't have an stable. So I think I am looking for more that where I can focus into it and I can be good onto it.
So the 311 will give you flexibility. And I'd love for you to look into, in your path and what's showing up in your energy field, is becoming a paralegal, is going into and working as a paralegal or applying for law office type jobs will help you. Receptionist, that area is the one that opens up easiest for you.
Oh.
Anything you want to add, Candace?
Well, what do you want to do?
Well, I have this compassion of helping others, and it's funny you mentioned it's receptionist. Yesterday, I went to these orientations, and this receptionist, she has this no energy to entertain people, and as I talk to myself, I'm like, I mean, if I am the receptionist, somebody approach you, I will be like very lively, a big smile, and approach. I mean,
and
hello.
And I would say that's and I think the reason to go into paralegal and reception, that area, is because you are so sunshiny and bubbly, and you're very smart in a lot of ways, and being the face and interacting with lots of people, you learn by absorption. You absorb learning by people around you. Is that correct?
True. I like meeting people because that's what I've learned. It's very true.
So getting into a receptionist in a legal firm, working into, and it will help you on a personal level as well as all the way across the board. But do call 311 and share the languages that you speak. And then that's something that can go on your resume right away. And then go into, and it opens a lot of doors for you.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll make yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. So glad you called in. So wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tony, we can take the next caller.
Okie dokie. 604.
604. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Larsen and Candace. Great to be on the air with you. Hello? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yes, welcome. We're so glad you're here.
I was going to ask you an intuitive question. I'm very tired lately, and I was just wondering if you could figure out what's going on.
As soon as I tap into you, I feel like a pressure in your head. And I feel like there's less circulation in the rest of your body. Like there's a little bit of like a feeling of not tough, but like a vice grip on your head. Does that sound right? Like just a tightening.
Well, I haven't been having headaches or anything, but...
A headache, it's just tension. It's
maybe.
low level tension. And what your body's saying is when you have movement around you, you move a lot better. And recently, you've done a lot of emotional purging.
Yes.
And so your body is resting as you rewire. And this tension in your head, I'm going to tell you what I would do if I had the symptoms that I sense your body is having. I would watch some of your old favorite movies, 3 of them in a row. One that makes you cry, cry, cry. One that reminds you of who you feel like one of the characters resonates with you and reminds you. And then the other one that is just so goofy and makes you laugh. Because your body's trying to purge all of this. You've done all the letting go, but your body needs to rewire itself differently now. And so if you watch a really sad movie, you're going to have tears come out, the cortisol, the stress, the rewiring that you've been wanting to do fully. It will stick. Then watching something that reminds you of yourself, your personality from when you were your highest, happiest, or anyone that you love and admire, like watching a movie about them. It's going to implant sort of that intelligence into your system. You're very pliable right now. And then going and laughing, something that just makes you laugh. And getting those 3 movies in your biology will shift your energy. You in the past, you don't need to have, you're like go, go, go.
Well, that sounds like a great idea. I love it.
Yeah, it's really practical. It will cleanse your sort of this low-grade stuff that's been happening in your body.
I will try it this weekend. And I was wondering if I could ask you a question about miracle makers.
Yes.
I want to manifest a new job, but I'm not sure what it is. And would that help me using the manifestation tools, even though I don't know exactly what I want to manifest?
It will help you exactly manifest what you want to manifest. That's why we built the Academy, so that it's an easy space for you to go in and get the resources. It's got videos in there, but you get specific time. Then you get a group that helps you raise your vibration and manifest together. And that's what Miracle Makers Academy is completely. It's a resource hub for you. Everyone connects with everyone else. And then, so it's like a net, right? Everyone's catching everyone. Everyone's raising everyone together. And it's really for those that want to learn how to use and harness energy, their own, to make miracles, and especially for society. So together we're doing some pretty amazing things within the Academy. Miracle Makers Academy helps you get a job, helps you manifest a relationship, helps you know how you're blocking yourself, because it reveals itself within conversations. And we have so many intuitives within the group, and we all love serving one another.
Sounds great. So if you don't know exactly what you want your new career to be, it would still be a benefit.
It's the ideal place to go. You will find your soul's purpose within the calls and within the homework assignments and within the videos and the downloads and the meditations that are there. Sure.
I'm going to join.
Also add to that tools for execution.
Yes.
You've sold me. I'm going to join. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your call.
Thank you very much. Bye now.
Bye now. Yay, Tony. We're ready for our next caller.
All right, we have time for one more, and this one's going to be from a 805.
805. Welcome to Miracle Makers on UBN Network.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well, thank you for taking this. And it's just I thought it was a very good discussion today, and I've had many people who wanted to be my friend, and I've just held back. I just hold them at arm's length, and I think I must be blocking, and I do enjoy my own company, and I'm selfish about it. I don't like to share myself. That just sounds crazy, but I'm willing now to open up, and I just whatever you see in that direction, because I would like to establish human relationships long term.
It's so
Yeah.
beautiful. And so this is Audrey. Audrey taught with the Miracle Makers Academy how to write your own book. She's taught, you've written 20 books, Audrey?
Yes.
Oh, 20 books, and she's and you can do it within 3 weeks. And that download is available for those people that sign up with the Miracle Makers. And I would love for you to address this, because for me, it's a small group of people, Margaret Mead, that can transform the world. And though I love my company, my own personal company, I love time with my husband and the kids. I mean, on any given day, I'd much rather, there's very few people that I will take time away from not spending time with my kids and with my husband for. What I mean by that is I've got to really, really value to take time away from them to be with them. And
Yeah.
bless you. And when you communicate with Source and with God and angels, and you have this inner rich connection, the desire to be with other people has to be about your core values. So my core value of a just world, a world that can realize the peace that's already there, and something that grows in integrity. I want everything to always be growing more and more in integrity. So I purposefully give my energy over to allow friendships to develop, to show up to San Diego, because I want Candace to meet all the amazing people I know in San Diego, right? And Candace is a powerhouse of a woman. She wants to help you. She can just skyrocket you. Same thing with working with me. I'm going to introduce her to some people who wanted her to connect, vice versa. She's a friend of people that she knows will benefit. And we won't put each other in contact with people unless we believe the other is worthy or can help them. She knows that I'm looking to transform the world, consciousness. I know she's looking to transform, empower young girls. For me, it's really making that peace, initiating integrity at the highest level, growing people so that they're able to give from God, from Source, from the universe. We know that about each other, so we're connected, right? And we bring that energy forward, and what we can do together is so much better. But it took us 10 years to really, really get this level here, that we are together here. And so it starts somewhere. And go ahead, Candace, I want you to add to that.
Or what was your original question? Sorry. So you wanted to upload your friendships, or it sounded like you're very happy being alone, but I'm not sure the question.
Well, I guess, I'm sitting at a park in front of a little man-made lake with ducks, and the reception is very poor. I'm so sorry. I hope there's a recording of this call so I'll be able to hear it. But I guess I was not clear about the question, and I think it's that I do want to form long-term intimate relationships now, and I have shied away from it my entire life. And I'm up there in years, so that is my desire, one of my desires, to do that now, to explore with another human being.
Well, something that's very powerful, I'm sure you've heard it a million times, but it's extremely powerful, very, very effective. I do it all the time, and I use it when I want. Take a paper and pen and write down exactly what you're looking for in this person or people. To make it clear for yourself, number one, when it's in our brain, sometimes we can second guess ourselves. So when it's on paper, we can make it a fact. Number two, to help energetically bring them to you with more ease and less effort.
So Candace is saying, get at the source of creating. Create the type of friendships that you want on paper first, and invite them into your life, and they will show up. And for me, it's so beautiful. Create what you value and what people value. And those that you value similar, you can start remembering what they value as you're spending time with them, and build your muscle around being with other people based on loving what they value. And then you can grow more and more skill sets of being with people. And Candace, it works so beautifully together. She's saying, write down what you want to feel like in friendships, what you want your friends to be like, and then magnetize it, call it in. And I love that she says, I always get what I want. I always get what I want. It's a true statement. I want to go to Burning Man, a ticket manifest, a car pass. I want to come hang out with, I love San Diego. I've been wanting to come down here and connect all the people that I love. Candace moves down here, right? And you get what you want. You get what you want when you really, really trust Source. And first you have to trust yourself. You trust Source, then you learn to trust other people by valuing what they value. And if they value something different from yours and it's not within your value system, that it's really quick to let that friendship go.
Sure. I also want to add really quickly, you get faster when you're very clear about it.
So I know you'll be able to listen to this in recording. This is recorded on Facebook. It's on YouTube. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on, so all of these different platforms that we're on, simply look for Miracle Makers, and you will be able to hear all the past recordings, including this one. On YouTube, it's Dr. Sarah Larsen YouTube channel. On Facebook, it's Dr. Sarah Larsen fan page. And then we are on Instagram and Twitter. We're on iTunes. And so going back and rating us or downloading, you can download all the previous episodes. And it's so fun because we'll meet somebody. Like Candace and I both do this. I will meet someone and I'll tell them, oh yeah, Miracle Makers on iTunes. And then the next time I see them, they're like, oh my God, I heard all that you're working on. I'm so honored to meet you. Or they'll share whatever it is, your story, or I can't believe you were hanging out on air with Stedman Graham, or with all of the different people. That information, you can go back and listen to this. And Audrey, it's available iTunes, iHeart, YouTube, all of these platforms, Facebook. Tony, I want to thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, she's gone. She's already left, but that was a great one.
Thank you for doing the work in UBN Studios and Sunset Gower there. We're sending you so much love from San Diego, and Miracle Makers, you were on with Candace Barr and Dr. Sarah Larsen. We can't wait till next week. And this weekend, if you sign up for Miracle Makers Academy, you can get in on all the different programs that we're doing there, including Sunday morning calls. We love you guys. Thank you, Candace, for being on.
Thank you for having me.
The past is history, the future mystery. This moment is the gift.